See, things have come to head, time out for scare you, scary route today. And follow us down Courage Lane, they cages in, break down the gates. We want all the smoke, like we chiefin' on a pound a day, but not talking intoxicating rage. Not this is far more tragic than what's comprehended. This has got to stop. I don't understand everything as a man. I'm authorized by God to make this petition. Believe it, especially when you hate and aim to kill a man.
TOTB is back in full effect. Welcome back, family, to the Thinking Outside the Box podcast. We made it another week. Somehow they let us four brothers right back on this platform, man. So they must want all the smoke. And we're here to give it to them, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure you subscribe, like, comment, share. Tell all your friends about the show. You can find us on NDTV Network or on YouTube, TOTB_show. Check out all the shows and the content. Make sure you let us know how you feel about what we're talking about. Also, be sure to follow us on Instagram. To the right of me, I'm going to introduce the men on the panel, of course. To the right of me, we got the man himself, Mr. Moolah Monster. Say what's up. Where can they find you, bro?
What's up, people? You can find me at Moolah Monster Collections on Instagram. Salute.
Blessings, blessings. And right here to the left, of course, you know, it's the philosopher himself, B Scholar, man. Say what's up to him. Where can they find you?
Salute. You can meet me at black_scholar00.
You know it. And all the way over there to the left, man, needs no introduction, man. Holy Grind himself. Say what's up to him, man. Where can they find you?
Man, blessings, great people. You can find me at Holy Grind on Instagram or at Holy Grind 520 on Facebook.
You know it. And of course, I am Reggie Boom 40. You can find me at the NASSOCIETY. And we are Thinking Outside the Box. So before we get started today on this show, of course, we have a great topic to talk about. Before we get started, though, our brother, Mr. Moolah Monster, has lost someone in his family. So, of course, if it's his family, it's our family, too. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a moment of silence and we're going to pray for the family of brother Wante Hendricks. And we're going to just take the time to just take a moment of silence. Blessing. So, before we hop into the topic, man, I want to say we talk about a lot of things on our shows, man. Of course, we talk about the power of the absent black man. We talk about just different things that kind of impact our community, you know. One thing that I want to address is that, you know, each one of us, of course, we have lives outside of this podcast, but this podcast is something that we thrive on each week. You know, we use this. This isn't only helping us, it's helping us to become more of a unit to the community, right? So we get some emails and we get some questions, things like that about the thing we talk about. And I want you guys to know that we appreciate it, right? We appreciate everything that you guys are doing. Definitely. We appreciate you guys following us. We appreciate everybody that's coming on the show. Once again, that the last show was amazing, man. It was definitely a good talk about the deadly disconnect. And we hope that it impacted some people, right? Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue with the topic, but I just want to just personally thank you on behalf of TOTB, all the men on this panel. We appreciate you guys. Continue to subscribe, continue to follow and like and comment and share, because it's only going to get bigger, man. So with that being said, we have a rather, you know, we come with different topics, right?
Yeah, buddy.
But of course, the only man that can introduce it, he does. So tell the people what we're talking about today, man.
So for those that don't know, we speak outside of just when we come here. We don't just come here and then just talk. We speak outside of here. And we have some intriguing conversations. And sometimes they go into the wee hours of the night, as they say. For real. We be talking, man. But you know, we was having a discussion and looking at society and looking at us as a people, and also with dealing with our previous topics and conversations. And it came up, the question was, why do we hate ourselves and allow others to exploit us? Why do we hate ourselves and allow others to exploit us? Now, you know, the first thing people say, well, who are you talking about?
Who is the why? Who is the why?
Why well, let's deal with the we.
Okay.
We go back to, let's deal with the we first, because we are four black men.
Right.
Before you of different shades. And I'm still black. But everyone always messing with me down there. No, but But we 4 black men, and we look, and when we say hate ourselves, get it, we're not talking like I don't like myself or who I am as a person. You know what I mean? And I'm not necessarily talking about me or not necessarily talking about you, but we talking about as a in general, how our people have a tendency to hate on the next black individual. And not realizing that you're looking at your brother or you're looking at your sister. You know what I mean? And instead, what we do, we it's like we believe for some strange reason, our people believe that their victory depends on another one of their brothers' failure or another one of their brothers' demise. And that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, Grind, basically, it's a lot of different rooms that we could go into when we trying to break down this word hate. And then we trying to, compare it to allow others to exploit it. So if we took the word hate, Mullah, and we was talking about from even the young people perspective, from like the shootings that's going on with each other, the carjacking, why are we doing this to ourselves, right?
Right.
But then we allow other communities and other groups, to thrive off of our money and live healthier lifestyles. I mean, what would be your opinion on that?
Man, we've been seeing that for a good minute now, but like I say, it started with us. It's like, return the punt. Man, we got to get back some yards because we ain't loving each other. We ain't being there for each other. And we competing on a scale where we shouldn't be competing on. Let me tell you, like, for instance, like, some people think just because they get a little change that they don't want to put the other person on because it might turn to competing. You know what I'm saying? And then that can turn to hate, because, it's an intertwine with it, So I just don't like that because it's money out here for everybody. There's lanes out here for everyone. We're supposed to lift each other up, build each other up. If I'm doing good and being in a nice, frame of mind, I want to see my brothers do the same. No matter what, how far you go with it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just real. That's why I say real niggas back in style now, man. We got to start doing what's right for us.
Yeah. It's funny that you said that, and when you talk about it, like from that perspective, before we get into the why, which I'm itching to hear what Red's got to say on why we get to that point, because I be checking into his podcast, Nah Society. Shout out to Red.
Shout out to Nah Society.
All right. And but when you said that and you break it down like that remind me of like one of my favorite movies, which is Paid in Full.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Paid in Full, one of my favorite movies.
Money Making Mitch in the house.
Right, indeed. So, but Paid in Full ain't one of my favorite movies because it depicts the life of a drug dealer, though. Like, a lot of people like, oh man, they was balling, they doing this, talk about all the good things. It's one of my favorite movies because it really depicts the life of a drug dealer. Like, you know what I mean? The truth.
Right.
But our people will push aside everything else. But when you look at it, you look at it from a perspective of you had Mitch, right? Mitch was hated on by Ice, his Uncle Ice, remember?
Mm-hmm.
So what he do? He kidnapped his little brother, which is his nephew.
Yeah.
And he was eating.
He was eating, right? And he was eating. You know what I'm saying? He ain't have to worry about nothing, So, but still, he hated on him for what he had and wanted what he had. Then you had who was the Ace?
Ace Boog and the brother-in-law.
Ace Calvin. Calvin was the brother-in-law,
Yeah.
right? My man that play on Snowfall. That's one of my favorite shows too.
Yeah, that's a good show. Yeah.
Calvin was hating on him. You know what I'm saying? After even though Ace was willing to put him on, they didn't help him out. You know what I'm saying?
Enough.
It wasn't enough. It's like we have a tendency to believe that it ain't enough out here for everybody. Like, it's like it ain't even so much that I ain't getting no money, or he ain't getting no money, or he ain't getting no publicity. It's like, I don't want you. I want all the glorification.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it ain't even about money. It's just I want it to be me. Sometimes people hate you just for people because other people love you. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you. I had a cousin tell me this. She say, "Cuz it ain't about no fighting no more." Like, of course, we know it's, people done play and doing all that. She say, people don't want to just see you hurt. People want your energy gone.
Wow.
Like,
Deep.
Wow.
I don't want to see your energy no more. Like, that's go. That go real deep. You know what I'm saying? So we not dealing with, normal. We ain't dealing with nothing normal.
But then when we look at the
that hate is different. The hate is.
But we don't hate Buddy at the gas station.
There you go.
They've been talking shit to us and really disrespect. We don't hate the Chinese lady, no disrespect to it. Let me change that because we don't hate those different communities that's overpricing us and selling these different things and won't do big. We don't even hate them like that. We don't even hate their energy. Like we've learned to live with their energy, but we hate each other. Dr. Claude Anderson, I was reading a book by him called The Powernomics, and he stated clearly in that book that we, meaning blacks, we compete against each other vertically, right? Because we all on the same level, right? We never compete horizontal, meaning, we never go after those ones, try to compete against them. I'm not talking about taking their energy. We stay right here on the mud and compete against each other.
So Red, why do you think that is? Why you think? Where you think it come from?
So here's my take on it, right? And it's interesting that you brought up Paid in Full and actually Snowfall, because I just started watching Snowfall.
Oh yeah, I love it.
I watched I think how it was, because I was like, man, I see all this Snowfall. So I watched the first episode of the first season. I literally watch every episode, because it makes you think about the main character, right? When he first started, he was real vanilla. He was new to it. He was didn't know nothing about what was going on. Only thing he knew is he wanted to make money. He wanted to take care of his money. He didn't think it was going to get as big as it got. But once it got big, he realized people, even his close friends, some of his close friends started to think that he was, cutting them out or being envious or being, you see what I'm saying? I think a lot of times us as black people, in particular, young men, sometimes we talking about hating each other and getting money is because they are envious of what they see and they think that, oh, you're getting it. Why can't I get it more than you? Why ain't I putting in the work? Or why are you putting in the work and I'm not getting what you get? Perfect example. I think that, on my shows, I talk about a lot with the stereotypes of men and women, right? And there was a young lady who mentioned because I'm a personal trainer. She was like, well, I'll work out with you, but I don't want to work out. I'm just going to pay to get my stuff done and everything like that. And I'm like, well, sweetheart, you don't have to, you can just work out. Why would you pay thousands of dollars to get your body altered? Do you feel a certain way about your body?
It's a pandemic going on right now with body altered.
That's what you call skipping the line.
Right.
Like people don't want to work no more. They just want to just hit to the front of the line. No, but when you skip the line, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be other things that you won't have to face. Because you're supposed to do that work before you got to that point. You know what I'm saying? That's why they say time is precious, man. Time is something you can't get back or nothing, man. That's why, you start your youngins, at a young age, man, and let them know about certain things that you know now.
Yeah, but think about the differences, though. Because we talk about men and women. Do y'all know any man that says, get a surgeon and cut off my fat?
I know some.
Put it
they're not gonna tell us.
Put it on my thighs or something like that.
Not put it somebody. I know some.
Yeah,
Master Flex just did that.
Man, he sure did.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh,
but let me ask you this though, Reg. I mean, if a woman did or does go have a surgery compared to going to the gym, in your opinion, being a personal trainer, is she skipping the line?
I feel like she is devaluing because people don't understand. Even when you get that surgery, you still got to put in the work. You
got to maintain it.
Because it's still a lot of work. Because then you go right back to being how you look.
But I think it's two ways to look at it. Because I think it's, and I don't want to lose the top. What if some people really got a health issue where this surgery may be necessary? Is that a good enough justification?
Well, I could see that. Now,
that's different.
When it's necessary, okay. But if you just want to just take some stuff from your stomach to put it in your thighs because it's summertime.
Okay.
And you don't want to put in. I just feel like when we talk about, valuing yourself and your body and do you hate yourself? I mean, it only got to be just the weight. Some people actually, what's the guy named The Weeknd? What did he do with his face or something like that?
For a video. That was just for a video, supposedly. But I get what you're saying because basically you're saying like that goes back to like you say, you just doing it for the summer because you hate your body.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you taught, we've been taught, and that's the thing, like we're just preconditioning coming from that we've built up, that we got to look a certain way in order to even be receptive to ourselves, or that we have to be a certain type of person or have a certain amount of money or have a certain amount of fame in order to be receptive to our own selves. And that's the question. So where did it come from?
Did we set that criteria, or did the dominant society of the world set that criteria for it?
Well, let's deal with it. When you talk about, you go back to like slavery, you know, I believe that's, it really began in slavery. You know, I was thinking about the movie Django. And remember, they had the slaves fighting against one another to see who was the strongest on the plantation.
Yes,
Like we have been taught.
Most boxing started from that.
Yeah, and when you look at when you do your research, you find out that actually was happening.
Right.
And then I guess they felt we may look at it like they looked at it like it was just a sport, but no, the person who won got better treatment for that day. So that's like, okay, you start to take on like, well, if I'm better than him, then people will treat me better.
But then there it is right there.
I really, I definitely agree with that. But like, to me, I think the hate, the majority of the hate came from when they put drugs in the areas. Once the drugs came in the areas, because now it became about money. And then once it became about money, now people are starting to have feelings towards this, you know what I'm saying? This one thing, and some people are, go crazy for the money. Some people would do anything for the money. So hate came in when a lot of money came around. Because when back in the 60s and 70s, it might was a little hate, but it was jealousy. It was light. Nowadays, it's hate.
Well, I think, I could agree that it intensified with the drugs.
I like that word.
It intensified when drugs.
But hate been here.
Because we just watched what movie we just see what they just showed us back in the day with Fred Hampton.
Judas and the
Black Messiah.
Right.
So it was still there. It was even then.
We had jealousy back then. But like jealousy is that at this level. Hate is at this level.
But jealousy is a part of hatred.
But it's like you can get hated on and die.
But jealousy, it's a lot of people that kill because they jealous. Calvin killed him because he was jealous of him.
Yeah.
Because he was getting money, but he wanted that slot because he was jealous.
I think what Mullah's saying is it ain't even like they ain't even wearing no mask no more. Like they slippers showing. Like before, it used to be a little bit of class. Don't tell nobody I hate you. You know what I mean? Now what he's saying is it's so wide open.
Oh, it's wide.
It's so wide open that you can't even make up an excuse for why he hates you.
Yeah.
Listen, you ain't never lying. It's like you don't even know why.
I want to make up a reason why he hates me.
We'll look for a reason.
Because back in the day, he didn't know how to draw arms better than me. You know what I'm saying?
Back in the day, he was too short. You know what I mean? Like I don't even know what. I can't even make excuses.
And they doing it now. I be thinking about how like even publicize how everybody want to play LeBron James against Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Kobe against Mike. It's like every time we get a great athlete, we compare them, and then I know people that actually got into like calling each other out their name because they felt Mike was better.
That's
you know what I'm saying? It's like man, wait a minute. But I ain't never heard nobody argue about Jason Kidd and Steve Nash. Like that. I ain't even though he not even say Jason Kidd, my bag, Jason Kidd. I know you light skinned, brother. But you know what I'm saying? Like Steve Nash and John Stockton.
Okay, yeah.
You ain't never heard that, going
Bill
like
Jackson
that.
and another coach.
Right. Or even Luka Doncic and Dirk Nowitzki.
I think competing is good for the culture. It's just the part where what you got to do to win. You know what I'm saying? Like if you doing excess things to win or to, to get over, you know what I'm saying? That's what makes it a problem. But competing, that's just what
I'm not talking about them. I'm not talking about the competing. I'm talking about how people would love to play us against one another. That's what I'm just using as an example. I'm not saying competition is always good. It's healthy. I believe competition is healthy. But when it comes to a point where if you feel like you should, anything you do, you should inspire somebody else to go higher in their craft. Right. You know what I'm saying? But when people try to play you against one another, then that's a whole different field. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they do to us, but we don't see it done to nobody else. It go back to like he said about the stores. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm thinking about it when you said that. I'm like, man, I know this beauty supply, this beauty supply, this
clothing
clothing store,
store,
this clothing store,
gas,
certain
and
clothes,
they
and
treat
a
us
gas
wrong.
station.
You
And
know
I'm
people
like,
treat us wrong.
man, how many black people do we get? That's why I mean, you know, that's why we rock stuff like Moolah Monster. Shout out to Moolah Monster.
Shout out to the
Apparel.
Moolah.
You know, House of Kings, another brother who I cop his clothing. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. I shop with people of color because we in our communities, they come to our communities. They put these beauty shops in there. All our women shop out, making them filthy rich. They come in with the clothes. They charging us $100 plus for a pair of jeans.
And
you
we
know
kill
what I mean?
each other for the $100.
$100, $50 for a t-shirt.
You know, so we got a double bubble. I'll kill you for the money
to go
get to
spend
the
it
man
them.
that hate me.
You know what I think? I want y'all to think about this. Think about, on average, how many liquor stores are there within a block radius from a normal hood? I would say maybe like at least one on every block or every other block, right?
But if we had to do a race between the churches and the liquor stores, man, we have us a
Churches,
game with
liquor stores, schools. There's a lot of schools on the same block or the same radius as these liquor stores, right? Do you guys think that is a way that, because we all know the differences between like a public school and a private school, right? You know, public schools are designed to penitentiary mindset. You know, private schools are positioning a kid
for
college, right? If you live on a block or you see a block where there's a liquor store right here, there's a church here, there's a school here, and another liquor store, what do you think the odds is that child is going to gravitate to?
Connect with one.
You already know you're running away from the church.
Yeah,
You know they're going to hang in front of the liquor store.
Yeah.
In school, they can't wait to get out of school.
Right.
So the liquor store is the place they're going to
And the liquor store is really your local drug store, right?
Yeah.
You know, like CVS and Walmart. The liquor store is really medicine for when you tired of dealing with the world and your hater card been overused up, right? So if you look at hate like a credit card, you done maxed it out. That's where you go to the liquor store to get more credit, to recharge it. You get what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm telling you. The liquor store is there for you to stop thinking about your problem.
So that go back to what Turbo was saying. So basically, they put the drugs and the liquor in the community, and that elevated it.
It already existing problem.
It already existed, but it's stemmed from it's deep rooted somewhere else. It's deep rooted in something else.
Right.
And you know, what's that Proverbs 33 and 31? It say envy not your oppressors and choose none of his ways. And it's like our people seeing them up so much that they was like, I want to be up like them. So, and when you talking about being up like them, which is not us, what do? They start to gravitate towards their ways. They start to act like them. So then now it becomes that if they hate you, and I feel like I gotta hate you too. You know what I mean? I feel like if I put you down or belittle you, it's crazy because it's even in our music. Think about it, like in rap, right? In the rap culture, what's the hottest thing out like right now amongst rap?
You got to be naked.
Verses, right?
Yeah.
Verses, you know what I'm saying? Or ballad.
Yeah.
Ballad. Who was that? Timberland and Swiss Beats doing the verses thing.
Right.
You know, so think about that. Matter of fact, with Gucci Mane and Jeezy, right?
Right.
Out of all what they did, what's something that everybody talk about when Gucci was talking about killing this man?
Smoking on Pookie Low.
Exactly.
And
That's everything. And it's sad because it's sad because here now I understand if he defended himself, man. It is what it is. But why are we celebrating that and people so excited about that rather than looking at it like we just lost another brother?
Yeah.
See how we hate ourselves?
Yeah.
Like we like, man, that's cool that man he went in, he a gangster. He did. We glorify that. Like I understand his stance because you sent somebody for him, but man, that's gone, that's over with. Let's not celebrate that like that's a good thing. Cause now it's like y'all spitting on his name. Y'all excited about that?
But
like this a man that one of our brothers lost his life.
Do you believe that hate can be programmed? Like you could, like from your early childhood, you could be raised to hate yourself. Like, so for example, if we looked at the rap music, right?
Yep.
Rap was really about the message, right? Then they say that the rapper was the street reporter. So if we look at it today, what do we report? We reporting our self-hate. We giving them a daily news on how I love to shoot the shit out of your ass. if you look at me twice.
Man.
You know what I mean? I love the fact that I did 10 years for a motherfucker in the penitentiary, and I don't even know why. Like people, you'll really go to the penitentiary for 8 years, keeping it real for body who done told on you. Or you know what I mean? You did 8 to 10 years, like penny candy, right? Then you said even with the body, right? You gonna risk your life to get surgery when you could possibly die. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Other than walk that treadmill, you know, them 3.5 miles. And look, I love the work. Shout out to the work. Shout out to all the people that made it through safely, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying, Joe, you know, could it be that we really being programmed and we don't know why we act the way we do? Or do we got to take some responsibility? Because now, Brian, you study the word, and it clearly states, man, as a man thinking.
So is it?
So are we being programmed?
We definitely been programmed, and we do have some accountability. Don't get me wrong, it is accountability to it. It reminds me of how like Turbo always tell us. He say, you know, he come down on people when we talk about our own in politics. Just saying that he come down on us. But we talk more so about it amongst each other rather than we do publicly about because it ain't that we bashing our brothers this in the politics. They're supposed to be doing it, but there's accountability that should be held on that end. And what it is like we've gotten away from that. Wait a minute, you mean to tell me if you have enough power to do this and do that and you don't do it, I'm not supposed to hold you accountable? No, I gotta hold you accountable because you should be trying to make a difference or even put a voice out here that will help us to stop all this madness, to try to help us stop all this madness, whether you are succeeding or not. But when you look at it like this, like we have a group of people who we give our finances to everybody else. Everybody else, right? And we don't want to support our own just because they're not them. Follow me. If you were, you can literally have something of good quality. Man, Moolah Monster makes some good clothes.
Which I find some.
Man, they make some good, bro makes some good clothes.
Right.
I don't just shop with him because he's my friend. He made good clothes from day one. You know what I'm saying? His prints, all that, and he got better over time. So he studied. But you got people who will, if that was something that was put out by like Louis Vuitton
or
Gucci, and they just had a Moolah Monster, everybody about it because you are you. They look at you, you just like me. They compete horizontally.
Yeah.
And that's why sometimes it's not even, you know, probably the best thing to put your face behind a brand.
Ooh-wee.
You know what I'm saying? Because you had to now they just got to go off what they see. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but that's just how I go. I'm a solid individual, so I want the love. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, because I give it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I ain't trying to be, you know, multi-million with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to create, you know what I'm saying, a wave. You know what I'm saying? For my people can get involved and we can share, you know what I'm saying, do things and do something bigger. You know what I'm saying? But let me tell you something with the hate though. It's so crazy, right? Because I always tell people like, yo, people watch. Don't never think people ain't watching. You know what I'm saying? This is one of the serious things because sometimes you can have so many people, you know what I'm saying, just looking, but they looking with a frown, they looking with despite, you know, they just looking very, you know, like I call it demonic.
Ooh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can check them out in their eyes, man, like who with you, you know what I'm saying? Because I got rid of a lot of people that, you know what I'm saying, really wasn't with me because they was with me because I was doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? And now I see the few that's still here, they was here because they was solid with me. You know what I'm saying? They just didn't mess with me because of, you know what I'm saying, the girls, the cars and all that. So, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we have to, you know, sit back and see who's there for us. Because if you winning, it's gonna be haters. So get in tune with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when it's so close to you, that's the part that's kind of dysfunction.
So it's like, because you was talking about how you see people look upon, they watching, but they watching with a frown. We become a people who are in love with the 3Ds: death, dishonor, and disloyalty.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We in love it. We in love with death. Think of like I was going back, not bashing, but going back to the rap, the rap battles, right?
Versus.
You go to the rap battles. It's about who could talk about killing you the most. Like you really think about that. Like it ain't about having fun, enjoying yourself, partying together, kicking it together. It's about who can who can destroy the other one.
Who killed him the best?
Who killed him the best?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you know, let me tell you something. As far as with MCs though, like, you know what I'm saying? I understand, you know what I'm saying, the format you're coming from. But like that used to be beginning of rap though.
No.
Listen, let me tell you.
That ain't the beginning though. I can't let you say that.
It was one of the beginnings of rap because they used to call it the Joneses. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
People, you know what I'm saying, talking about people with their rap.
Wait.
Murder,
Rap not, but when
Because, you know, just life had just evolved now, so it's different.
No,
I can't just talk about your mom. You know what I'm saying? And everybody crack jokes and not win. But now we got to be high and do it.
But let me go back. Let me show you something, bro. And you got to do your research on this. Rap started with a gospel quartet.
I ain't say how it started. I said the beginning of it. It was part of the freestyling. Was part of, you know what I'm saying, racking on your guys. You know what I'm saying, talking about people. That's how people.
But that's my thing. But why is it all about love? Why is it all about killing and destroying? Because even MC was about who could flow the best.
Yeah.
It wasn't about me actually killing you.
Even if you say that too, so you telling me you limited yourself. The only way you could compete against me is kill me. This is what you just said about the hate. You won't even go out here and try to get money like me. You rather kill me because I continue to make money.
Well, let's think of it in a different realm because I love this analogy you guys are using with the music culture because it's evident we talk about the men and how, you know, you can see how the hate is, but let's talk about how with women, you know, this whole throat baby song and you know and get that bread, get that head and leave. Like
he's there.
Everything is revolving around.
I got to Google that.
You know,
I'm still hooked. You know, one of my favorites is the WAP song. That's like one of my top.
You see what I'm saying? Now think about 20, 30 years. LL Cool J and them wasn't talking about you know, it was a different way of rapping and people was talking. Now I always say we live in a trendy society, right? So now, you know, WAP and throat baby and get that bread, get that head and leave. That is so trendy now. People don't really think, do you guys think that that's a way of hating other people?
You can't love yourself when you demean yourself. And people can say, well, you can, but what about valuing yourself then? Now, I'm not taking nothing away from.
Talking in general, though.
I'm just saying in general, like, how can you really value yourself? Because the bottom line is, what is love to you then? What is love? Because perfect example. If it came out on the song by somebody that's popular, so you cool with it. But if you approach them with it, now what they gonna cuss you out. You ready to fight and get my brothers.
I'm on the show.
You know what I'm saying? They gonna come at you. They gonna come at you like, who is you to talk to me like that? Wait a minute.
When it comes to the club, the girls is like, oh, baby. But if I said to you, it's like, nigga, don't be disrespecting me.
If you catch it before your Monday meet, what about that throat, baby? No, I wasn't saying it like that.
Right, what you said. I get you.
The music, right?
Yeah.
It's true though. When you think about it, it's really a way that it's a double standard because women they crave respect. They crave you to be, you know, treat me like a lady, talk to me with integrity, you know, but when that song comes on, they dropping it. You know what I'm saying? So is that a way that we use the word devalue in one of the other shows?
It's like the word nigga.
Or enjoy demeaning ourselves?
Since you said the word woman, you know what I'm saying, at first, I'm going to go with, anytime, you know, when you're dealing with, especially when you're dealing with these women nowadays, that, you know, don't nobody have the answers for them. Nobody. You might get your answer. You might, you know, compromise on this situation, but nobody have the answers. You know what I'm saying? But you got to know that different times is different play for them. You understand? Sometimes they want to be freaky. You just gotta understand when is that. It's the codes, the looks. You know what I'm saying? The days when she wanna be treated like a lady. Oh, you want me to open your door? Girl, you been opening your own door for I don't know. Like, you gotta understand,
So
you know what I'm saying?
it's
the
like a
methods
calendar and shit, like in January.
I'm just saying, you
might
have
get
to
a
be in
sweater or something.
tune.
February might be a scarf or something.
They everywhere, man. You know, so you know.
But I believe what Reg was saying, I don't think he was debating that. I think he was just saying, like, the point he was making was, but when you talking about publicizing it, you know what I mean? When you talking about actually, how is it that we come to the point where we actually fall in love with being disrespected just because it's televised?
That's exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, how do we get to that point? And does it stem? Is that part of us hating ourselves?
Do you think we being disrespectful with the throw baby? Is that really like disrespectful?
No, because if you it ain't disrespectful, because if you look at society, you know, as far as the movies, all this stuff was before music. Like, they've been doing this. Some of the music been mimicking the movies. You know what I'm saying? So all this tantalizing stuff been going on. It's just now we know that it sells. You know what I'm saying? We know sex sells. We know, you know what I'm saying, gangster rap sells. You know what I'm saying? Everything got its own lane. But it's an art form.
But let me say this to you though. You say you know it sells. It all sells. It's about what they allow to put out and feed to you.
Yeah.
See, that go back to our conditioning.
That's true.
See, because before then, when you had your ex-clan, Poor Righteous Teachers, Heavy D, people like that, dude, that stuff was selling. These multi-platinum artists. So you can't never say that stuff don't sell. Yeah. It's just that they feel like, nah, this ain't the direction we want these people going in.
Yeah.
And then look at it too, like Throat Baby in 2021, it's cool. And I love the CD too. I'm gonna probably download it. But look, 20 years from now, right?
Thinking outside the box.
20 years from now, how she gonna handle that interview when she going for Congress and shit, or a senator? Like, so, you know, such and such, you know, they said you did Throat Baby back in 2021. Like, how do she explain, you know, why she did that CD? But all jokes aside, we gotta pay attention to the temperature though, because other cultures are not as open with all this. What we doing, we too wide open around here.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
And I'm glad, and you know what, and that's the truth, bro. Because a lot of people think we talking about this like, oh, you ain't no freak or you ain't doing nothing.
No,
Listen,
we support the freak.
I definitely support it. You know what I'm saying? What I do with mine is me and my business. But it's me and my business, and I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with exploring that, and it definitely ain't nothing wrong with sex because God created sex. So we're not saying that, but it comes a point where you have to look at what's going on in society. Why all our babies having babies? You know what I'm saying? Why is all this rape? Why is all this molestation? You know what I'm saying? Why is all this stuff going on? It's because of this lust demon that's running rampant, and we feeding into it. You know what I'm saying? And we're not even paying attention to what's going on. It's just like when we talk about these radio stations, they talk about stop the violence, but then they turn right back on with a song talking about kill them. You know what I'm saying? Kill them dead. You like, wait a minute, you just said stop the violence.
But you know what though?
But let me just say this part for you, gentlemen. I don't think it's nothing wrong if we want rules and regulations for our community. That doesn't mean we don't love our women. We love our women. We know that our women are beautiful, but if we have a code of conduct, even for the men and the women, I don't think that's something negative. Now, the only way to properly defend this was the next time, you know, bring somebody on to talk about from a female perspective, what would they think? You know.
And women love, I'm super shocked at the posts of the women that love that type of songs and things like they love, and I think it's because
we love that they love it.
I think it's trendy.
That's the truth too.
If we would have thought about, now, come on, man, let's be for real. If Kirk Franklin would have put out Throat Baby, ain't nobody, you know, it's a different.
Because now we got to picture this.
Hey, I wrote Throat Baby when I was 12 years old, man. I don't know how he got
how did
those
that go?
lyrics.
I mean, what would your CD
Joe,
go?
I wrote Throat Baby. It was crazy.
But how did it go?
I forgot, man. It was similar, you know.
So, you know, like I said, we ain't talking about the actual act. We just talking about, like, why don't we have it? Is self-respect gone for one another, for each other? Is that a thing of the past? Is it? Because it don't just, and we're not just bashing music. We talking about period. Yeah. Like you say, supporting your own, supporting people that you knew, that you grew up with, is doing something positive.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm
used
saying?
to tell you, I'm like, Joe, like, loving yourself, that's where it starts. The confidence, build it, all that comes in with loving yourself.
Oh, yeah.
So when you, like, like some people like, I love myself. No, it's a difference when
Right.
when it's actually love. Like I can't, like Joe, I can't be in a car with people who speeding. That's how much I love me.
Man.
Like I can't be like in functions, Joe, when you know like different. I can't be when guns is pulled and those little functions no more. I gotta be somewhere calm because I love me.
I can't be
You know
nowhere
what I'm
when it's
saying?
like 12 strippers and like, you know.
Go ahead. Tell the truth.
You know, no, but think about this though. When the numbers don't seem right, you know, I know what you said, but what you saying, love yourself is, you know, it got to be like a muscle, right? It got to be like an action or something.
Something
like
that you exercise.
Something that you
repetitively.
exercise. So when we say these things or we do these things, we can't say at the same time we love myself. Because if I love myself, I wouldn't be putting myself in harm's way.
There it is.
If I love myself, I wouldn't be, you know, yeah, this is my wife, you know, but you know, she sung that song "Throw Baby," you know, but she's still a good person though.
But if I love myself, I ain't finna give more support to those that press me and treat me bad when I got my own who doing the same thing.
Right, but
You know what I mean?
it's a slippery slope though.
Yeah, I think that oftentimes, now I think about, and even in the dating realm, and we're gonna switch gears in a minute, but think about in the dating realm, and like, you know, let's say you just meet a girl, right? And you know, one of the first conversation is, you know, she talk about, you in the car and the song come on in the radio, Throw Baby. She's like, oh, that's my shit. You see what I'm saying? How are you going to view her, you know, moving on with, not saying
know
that,
what I'm looking
not
for
saying that you
later.
should, not saying that you should
I
like,
can't say nothing.
oh, I know what the night about to be, but
I ain't never heard the song.
Hey, don't get it twisted.
What?
She can like Throat Baby and don't give you no throat.
oh, that's
Right.
But then,
Don't
but like
get it
Red,
twisted. Don't
but
get
like
it
Red
twisted.
saying though, but what's your
It's
mind?
a
Like she
song.
like this? It's a song. Hey,
It's a
you like
song.
that? You know what I'm saying? You
So,
gotta
like,
think
I
that.
tell people, you know what I'm saying? Because I just had a couple guys tell me,
you said she can like that, but not want to do it.
You like it or not?
Right, but you might want to pick a different CD.
a chick can like the song, but
And
don't want
protest this shit. Like,
just don't want to. She
Oh, you
might
out of
not
bounds,
be
man.
there.
You out of bounds.
Say you false
she
flag.
playing Throw Baby, but she
But
a
let me tell you
beat.
something though. Listen, don't get it twisted. I know guys who really be inside these rappers like be acting like everything they see something, they be like, Joe, he just did. I'm like, Joe, that's entertainment. Don't get it, you know what I'm saying, confused with reality. You know what I'm saying? That's just like the music too. You know what I'm saying? Don't get that. That's just
Well, hold on.
That's just music.
To be honest,
That's it.
To be honest, when Bruce Lee came out, you was out there with some nunchucks on and a ninja sword, imitating it. All I'm saying is, I ain't got no problem with her liking Throw Baby. Shit, I like the song too. You get what I'm saying?
So let's break it from Throw Baby though, and let's go here based off of what when you just said that. We was talking about how you got rappers who out here who promote selling drugs, gang banging, getting high, doing drugs, going to jail, but
Don't imitate that.
But they don't do it, and they send their kids to good schools. They don't tell them they not gonna
Private
do drugs.
school.
They ain't gonna do this. They ain't gonna do that. But yet they promoting it to your children, and that's what we're talking about.
That's a good
Like,
point.
how did we get to this
That's
point?
true. That's true.
To where we hate ourselves. Like we'll sell ourselves out, our people out.
They selling us poison.
Man,
They selling us this illusion.
But look who's the puppet master.
yes. So that's the why.
But
That's what we- so let's get into it.
We don't hate the puppet master.
That's what we
No,
get
but they
into it.
control the airwaves.
But we don't hate them though.
No, that's true. But they control the airwaves, Joe, and they built in, and these rappers, whoever, they all built in up on the contract. So ain't no going against the machine. As you
So
know.
it's sort of like saying the drug. Shit, we can't go against the people that bring it here. You know, this shit serve a purpose, man. Ain't no sense in going against that shit. Drugs kill. You know what I mean? He do make a valid point, man.
Well, you can go against it though.
Stop supporting it.
Exactly. You think about what was that in 19 was it in the 30s?
The bus boycott?
The Harlem riots.
Yeah. The Renaissance.
Remember the Harlem riots when that 16-year-old Lino, I think it's Lino Rivera, I think that's his name. He they took him out, supposedly took him out the back door or something. And they said it was for a 10-cent pocket knife or something. So that 10 cent might have been a lot more than it's worth today. You talking about like I think it was 1935. Don't quote me on that. Don't
Right.
quote me on, but I think it's 1935. But it was the Harlem riots, and they said it was a crowd that was gathering outside, right? And they was like, man, let the boy go. And then they seen the police trying to sneak him out the back door. And when they saw him trying to sneak him out the back door, they also seen the hearse pull up. They like, they finna beat him up. Then they seen the hearse pull up. Now they say the hearse wasn't there to pick up the body, just so happened the hearse pulled up. So they thought they killed the boy. So the riot, now that you got all these angry people, and it ended up being like $200 million worth of damage. They said it was 200,000 people outside, out here riding. So when you say we can't stop the machine, it's a way when you change your approach and your support. But see, the thing is, we have given into it because they shown us a way to profit off of our own demise.
And we seen people go against the machine and you don't hear from them no more.
But not even just that. Not even just that. It's a way you go against the machine. But what I'm saying, just like if we know all they doing is this the only music that we putting out, we ain't got to make that music. Can't nobody make music like we make music. We can talk about anything and make it sound good.
But in order
I don't
for us
care
to
what
go,
it is.
if we're gonna go against the machine, or we want to think about going against the machine, we're gonna have to have a common cause. And if his check bigger than my check, he gonna need another vote.
So we got to stop paying ourselves. That's what I'm saying. We don't even love each other enough to support each other doing something different. So we feel like we got to go through them. And that's because they built up this hatred towards us to think that we're nothing, that we're not valuable, that we can't make it on our own.
Because I believe that we don't feel that we all affected.
Yeah.
Do we feel like we all affected what we saying?
Right.
I think nobody really cares till somebody's grandmama get killed.
Yeah, that's how it be.
Man, yeah, they could talk about shooting up a house all day.
Till somebody's grandmama get
Right
killed.
around listening. Man, what was that? What was that video happened a couple years ago? It was a girl in a car, and it was another dude in the car, and they was listening to. They was talking about it was a song on, and they was talking about killing on the video. It was on live, and then the car rolled up and shot him. Remember, she ran in the house where the baby was in the car.
Oh man,
they killed the baby. I think they killed the baby too. I was like, man, they listen. They run around on live and they talking about this and they rapping about killing somebody, and somebody pulled right up next to him and unloaded in the car, and the girl made it in the house. Like, my baby's still in the car. She still had the phone on live.
And you know what? We gonna have to do something because
I think it's gonna be here.
No, but let me say this part real quick, and I'm gonna please let you. You know why we got to do something? Because if the music is programming in us, and we really start to accept it, then we just think killing each other is okay. I mean, you don't realize how serious it is. And once you say that you accept it, that means we ain't gonna do nothing about it.
Listen, before you even go to the music, it's what your kid watching at home.
Wait, but time out though.
Like, people understand movies been here.
Yeah, but it's not movies, bro.
No, and it's violence, heinous murders in movies. So when you're talking about rap, you know what I'm saying? Of course, it needs to be more J. Cole's, need to be more, you know what I'm saying, Kendrick's. But the movies will rap your kid worse than this music.
So hold on, so that's what you say, right? We just did an interview, J-Dub62, right? Shout out.
Shout out to J-Dub62.
62. He said out his own mouth. How old is he?
He's 19.
19 years old. He said the most influential thing amongst my generation
is rappers.
Thank you.
Right. And I'm going to say this too.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. I'm going to say this too, with your logic, right? If you believe it's here to sell the movie, then why we don't accept police brutality? Why don't we just say police kill us and that's just what happened?
Because that's reality.
So us killing each other ain't reality.
No,
that's reality.
But movies and music
that's reality.
is not reality.
No, what I'm saying is,
listen what he's saying.
Like if you say we got this because of the movies and television, right? And it's nothing we can really do.
No, I say it's more than just music.
Okay, it's more than just music.
Okay.
And then you said we just kill each other and this is the reality because of these things. Then we could, that same logic, we say, well, police kill black people. This is what they do. Why are we making a big deal of it? That's what they do. They kill black people and we move on.
What's ironic about that, and we about to switch gears. What's ironic about that is more and more each day our youth, our people are being killed, not just by police, by us. We're killing each other, whether it be gun violence, through drugs, through, different things, through hate. I mean, at what point do we get to a point where we say we sick of going to these funerals, man? We sick of our youth and our family members, man. You know, our brother here just lost. At what point do we get saying we sick of whatever's driving this death, this hate, this gun violence, this, you know, envious? You know, at what point do we get, you know, what we got to stop this, because now there's no shelf life for these young kids. They don't look past. I remember one of my favorite rappers, when he had an interview, he was like, you know, 10 years from now, I don't know, I don't expect to see it. You see what I'm saying? Right. I think that's a lot of mentality people have now. They don't expect to grow old past 30 and have, you know, all this stuff. So at a certain point, I think we just got to change that. But what we're going to do is we're going to switch gears a little bit, man, because grind is definitely about that time.
Definitely. Time out for shout out to the plug.
Yep.
Shout out to the plug, where we give honor and respect due to everybody who make this thing possible. It's here at TOTB. You know, first and foremost, I want to shout out, go right over here to the right of me, man, Mr. Moolah Monster and Moolah Monster Apparel. Man, I'm sporting and rocking it. If you ain't in tune, get in tune, baby. Get in tune.
Moolah, baby.
Moolah. Shout out to Moolah. Yep. Also, with my man Reggie moving forward, I want y'all to chime in to the Nas Society podcast, our brother podcast. Check them out. Dope podcast. It's a pleasure. It's a blessing and a pleasure to have them here with us, man. Doing great things, inciting the people and arousing the people. Real talk, man. And make sure y'all check out Holy Grind. The music latest is Till It Comes. Man, y'all go check that out. Look it up on YouTube. Till It Comes. Like I said, you can follow it at Instagram at Holy Grind. Man, it's great music, man. Appreciate each and every last one of my supporters and those who've been out there rocking with me and sharing the music, loving the music, man. It's all
look at the whole catalog. The man got trillions of albums.
Yeah.
Look at it. Check it out.
It's a blessing.
What about that jerk?
It's a blessing. And man, shout out to LaTroy, man, the jerk chicken, man. Listen, if you in the Maywood area or any of the surrounding suburbs of Maywood, man, chime in. Matter of fact, inbox me and I'll tag you in it. The man got some jerk chicken tacos that'll literally knock your socks off.
C545.
Right, and it ain't that jerk that's just super hot that people just throw jerk sauce on.
He got the C545.
There it is.
What's his name again?
LaTroy. Matter of fact, hold on. Wait a minute. LaTroy Taylor Made on Facebook. Look up LaTroy Taylor Made on Facebook.
Yes,
all right? Man, shout out to LaTroy, man. Shout out to the plug.
Yeah, shout out to the plug, man.
Shout out to the plug.
That was good, man. I'm still full, man. That was really good. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, before we sign out, of course, it would be us if we did not have our special segment of What's in That Bag.
What's in that bag?
To everybody that's just tuning in. If you follow us, you already know when we talk about what's in that bag. It's a couple things we talk about. We can let the guys on the panel dig into it if they want to. And if they don't want to dig into it, they say, ain't nothing in that bag, right? You guys ready?
We ready.
I'm prepared.
So, I brought this up on one of my shows prior before, right? There's a situation that goes on in Hollywood, or even for a person, you know, just being approached with it, right? You see guys like, you know, Will Smith or Jamie Foxx, or, you know, I don't know, anybody. It could be a lot of different people, right? They are approached with a offer to either wear a dress or kiss a man, right? And of course they take it. You know, they take it, and their career, you know, kind of skyrockets a little bit from there, you know. So my question to you guys is, if there was a proposition to you guys to put on a dress and kiss a man in the movie, let's say for $1 million, would you do it?
B Scholar.
My laws forbid me to go against those things. I couldn't do it.
Okay.
No, I mean, even for money, yeah, I know the money sounds appealing. My principles won't allow me to do it.
Okay.
And that's not me going against from if Moolah chose to.
He says on the cheek. He says on the cheek.
No, you should have. No, no.
Oh, so that's the difference.
No, what I'm saying is, like, the thing is right here. It may be easier for you, though.
Talking about you.
No, but listen what I'm saying.
You, the spotlight on you.
Wait a minute, let me finish what I'm saying. No, he got the camera on me. What I'm saying is like, I can't do it just for the simple fact, not that I'm afraid of or different things like that, or the money. It just goes against my belief.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
So Will a better man than you. Shout out to Will Smith.
Shout out to Will.
Shout out to Will.
But we really uninterested in, how you like yours, man.
Yeah. Movie. Now,
That mean he gonna go.
no, listen. If I was an actor, and that was like, that's my art, that's what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to take a role like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I'm not an actor. I'm Mr. Moolah Mons. So Mr. Moolah Mons, we don't go that way.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
okay.
Wait, he just said
So I'm just
you
saying,
get paid.
I'm just saying, it doesn't matter, you know.
So if someone came with $1 million cash right here and say, "But look, man, only thing you gotta do is kiss some,
Kiss Bill, huh?
and tickle,
Lose Bill, for example. Kiss Bill.
Bill, like, don't use me.
kiss him and then tickle his feet a little bit. And that's it. You got your
He said tickle his feet.
You got $1 million.
Now, listen, what Red's really going to say.
Red is something else, man.
Look, 80% of y'all gonna go, right? But go ahead, I'm interested, Moolah. I mean, what's your
Hey,
thought?
I'm done, man. Bad.
Not in that bag. Mr. Grind, what you got, man?
Listen, man, I thank God I ain't won this the worship mammoth. You know what I mean? And I'm happy wherever God placed me in life. And the things he put around me, I like the struggle. You know what I'm saying? The struggle I got me to meet good guys like y'all.
That's where I work hard.
I work hard, and I end up meeting y'all. Just imagine if I was a millionaire, who's to say we ever been doing this? So as far as I'm concerned, money ain't you can't give me enough money to do it. That's just my opinion. Ain't no shade to nobody who choose to do it. This ain't my forte.
So, yeah.
Hold on.
I just want to reiterate.
Right.
So let's say it's a large amount of money, millions of dollars,
Okay.
to play a gay man, or just you ain't got to do nothing with the man. You got to play a gay man in the movie. None of y'all would do it.
You said play a gay man.
Play a
in the
gay
movie.
man.
I don't know how to act.
How do you play a gay man?
For $10 million, you could figure it out, right?
I'm saying to play.
You gonna have to watch
Act
tons of
out,
videos.
you know
You have to watch some videos, right?
You ain't got
Because you
to
talk-
kiss him, but you got to hold his hand or something walking down the street. You see what I'm saying?
Oh.
Nobody would do it. Just ask him,
You gotta
right?
tap him on the butt, Grand. Damn.
I don't need it, bro. And I'm just saying that from a perspective. People like, you crazy. He lying. No, man. It's just like I'll become content. I've learned to be contented with the Lord sustains me with. You know what I mean? And that's not saying that I'm not trying to get more. But man, I got other gifts and talents that I can operate in that I got faith in.
Anytime you come up with that number, you basically saying is your principle, your value system, can it be bought?
Okay.
Is there a number for your belief? You know what I mean? So what we trying to say is no disrespect, or at least I'm gonna speak, we rather give up on this thing that we believe in, meaning we can't give up on that because this is the definition of how we build ourselves.
Yeah.
That's
Right? Right. So
that's like Bill Gates saying, "Would you give me some throat for
for the patent,
for $1 billion.
right? You know what I mean? So you putting a price on it.
Would you give me some throat for $1 billion
Now, before we
one
get
time?"
forward, and we know we're moving forward.
I'm only gonna be 3 seconds.
Red's moving forward. What was your thoughts on the topic?
Man, look here, man. For $10 million,
We heard him write this down.
if you tell me only thing I gotta do is
Kiss him.
act like I'm a gay man in the movie, I ain't gotta kiss him or do none of that, I might negotiate it a little bit. I might have to say, okay, instead of 10, you gotta give me 50. You give me $50 million.
Where you gonna learn this stuff at? Like,
I mean, I would be, because I agree with you guys. It's a principle, and I'm super, I'm an alpha man.
Right.
And I wouldn't, I ain't gonna lie and say I'm a kiss man, because I know I would never kiss a man for no amount. But if you just say you just got to be in the movie, this dude Craig has to say, Reggie, you are my boyfriend, and I gotta say, okay. For $50 million.
No, you didn't say that.
He said at the beginning.
He got a tongue kiss, Reggie.
Oh, no. There ain't nothing in that bag.
Okay,
And whatever, I'm gonna be there to support you. You know what I'm saying?
Listening to Throat City. And what did you
Right.
call?
We gonna be in the stand, us three, right? Rooting you on.
Listen to Baby Got Throat.
All right, baby got throat. All right, and don't ask none of my $50 million too when I come back with it.
Hey.
He supported you though.
But hey, that's cool. But no, that's okay. So I guess, but I'm not gonna kiss him, man. So ain't nothing in that bag.
Ain't nothing in that bag.
Ain't nothing in that bag. So one more before we get up out of here. Okay, so this is a little bit bit personal because it was towards me. I'm gonna tell you guys what happened to me the other day, right? I was driving, and when I was driving, I was listening to a song and I was bumping it, and a car pulled up next to me. A young lady looked at me and was like, I cannot believe you is listening to that. Do you guys want to know what I was listening to?
Chief Keef.
Throw City.
He stuck on his throat.
It's stuck in my throat.
I was listening to R. Kelly.
Oh, bro.
Okay.
So I want to know,
That's a good one.
Yeah.
do you guys still listen to R. Kelly? And is something wrong with listening to R. Kelly?
Yeah, I still listen to Kim.
Okay. You know,
Hold on, we gotta go with the passer with this one.
Oh, man. This is
Because simple fact, you know what I'm saying?
and
Listen.
the way she looked at me was like, I know you not listening to no.
Hey.
Listen, but
like,
before we go with the pastor, I know the pastor not listening.
Man, I'm listening. You out your mind. I'm a man.
It's a new day and age.
Listen. No,
know he
I
is.
got all aside from that, my principles is intact. My morals is intact. Don't mean that you can't be too heavily bound to be no earthly good. Yeah, I listen. R. Kelly made some good music. I don't care what
Definitely.
nobody say.
You can separate the art from the man.
Exactly. R. Kelly made some good music. You know what I'm saying? And I still have found myself listening to R. Kelly, but you want to hear something funny? Me and my wife went at me so hard one time, listen to R. Kelly. We still did agree on it. I was like, hey, because she knows somebody personally who supposedly, and I was like, okay, but hey, that ain't got nothing to do with his music. Now, what she said was it's hard for her to listen to it, knowing that he's probably was talking about children. I said, but when I listen to it, I'm not thinking about no children.
That's true.
Hold on.
I get it.
Hold on.
It makes sense.
Time out. You know, I got no problem with what you just said, but when you the same person talking about this rap, talking about the battles and all the.
But I ain't say what I listen to.
No, I'm not saying that.
Listen,
but
listen.
you listen to men who you know did this.
Yeah.
But these rappers, you don't even know that they even pull the trigger.
But it's what they're saying, though.
Don't matter.
It's a difference what you're saying.
Listen to R. Kelly, what he's saying.
He's not saying I'm hitting a 12-year-old girl.
He said,
He ain't saying, but these people are saying I
It
want to kill
seems
you.
like you
I want to
ready.
blow
He
your.
said, "Don't put me out. Don't put me
girl,
out."
Listen.
are you ready?
But see, you taking it to a whole nother level now.
go.
I'm talking about what they're saying specifically.
12.
And I'm not saying that I don't listen to them because I got to listen to them to know what they saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, what do we promote?
I mean, are we running from R. Kelly music because it's out in the open? Because I think this ain't no unsolved mystery or nothing like that.
Oh.
I think you can't run from his music, man. I think he made, you know what I'm saying?
And he wrote for a lot of
Classic
people
music.
too.
Yeah.
Right, you did.
But it's a lot of songs you can't get away from.
He made classic
So,
music.
Red, did you change the CD as soon as she
Man,
did?
look, I said,
Okay.
baby girl, look, what R. Kelly do and his personal is his personal.
Right.
Same thing with Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, in his personal life, is probably a fucking weirdo. I don't know.
Yeah, it was
But
some controversy.
musically, he's a genius, and I bump Michael Jackson to this day.
Man,
you see what I'm saying?
and let me say this.
Right.
I'm not against making love, but I'm against killing my own.
Not against those
That's the
thugs.
difference.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
So
You see what I'm
Brian
saying?
talking about Bill. He gonna make some love and Bill.
I ain't against making love, but I'm against killing. I'm against killing my own.
I ain't with those thugs.
Leave this CD alone, man.
But y'all rock with R. Kelly. Y'all still bump kills to this day.
I think so. We don't have to. We don't agree with his politics. I think our whole community. We got like I don't know. It's just my personal thing.
And I heard "Step in the Name of Love" how many times? How many times you gonna hear it in the spring? When you leave from here, you probably gonna go down the street and hear it 1,000 times. You know what
And
I'm saying?
then people going to the players' ball, but we gonna protest kills.
I had women who just want to hear R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Like real, nothing else.
Right.
And I'm going to go with what they want to hear.
Right. You being the community.
Me being a community activist,
Right.
I got to understand. Whatever she say, listen.
We here for the community, right?
Hey,
But can I say this? That's a part of programming, though. Think about how long we've been listening to Kells before this came up.
And people been there.
And then think about how long they've been teaching us to hate ourselves.
Yeah.
Saying this like, I can't shake Kells. We can't even shake this killing and hating on each
Because
other.
what if kills get out
that's
and
why I
make
said
the
I'm
gospel
here
CD?
for
We
a
can't.
long time.
That it is. You
I
right.
said that.
It's definitely gonna get worse
be
before it
here
get
for a
better,
long
bro. That's
time.
one
Yeah,
thing
I
that's
know.
true.
You just
Prophecy
gotta
has
deal
to
with
be
it.
fulfilled.
And yes, congratulate your own brother, man. You got to show love. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to hate, man. Because listen, if you love yourself, you ain't got to hate. it's not going to be no hate in there for you.
Yeah.
When you love yourself, because what's better than you? You can show a man gratitude and show him like, Joe, thumbs up. Joe, what you doing is good. You know what I'm saying? Same time, I'm me.
Yeah.
I'm the greatest.
Right.
You feel me?
Can't nobody beat you at being you.
Man.
Kel's got a song called "The Greatest" too, man. I'm
Don't
an R.
know.
Kelly fan, man. I don't support his,
His
but
politics, as B Scholar say.
I support, his music is.
You're not subscribing.
Is bar none.
Definitely
He's
subscribe.
definitely top 5 as far as musically.
Yes.
Without
question.
Should he be guilty too?
You know what, man? I try to stay out of that. I don't really know nothing about. I see
Me speaking no English.
I see the documentaries they got. I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? Now it's different because it's men out here that have daughters, right?
Yeah.
And they think about their daughters. Because R. Kelly was a smooth motherfucker with them, them young girls. So he could, so if I had a daughter, I probably think a little differently, I guess. But I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Scholar, Turbo, y'all know where we from. His wasn't the only one doing
He
it.
wasn't at all.
It was normal.
He wasn't at all.
We seen our girlfriends with
She wouldn't
many
even
of
talk
them
to you
alone.
because he had a car.
Wouldn't even talk to us.
Because he had a car.
Hey, you know what was some of the praise was at back in the day? I ain't talking about the praise, I'm talking about the pray.
Mm-hmm.
Fred Hampton Pool.
Man.
That's when you start seeing girls start, you know what I'm saying, getting shaped up and all the guys had the radar on. You know what I'm saying?
And all them guys was playing, don't put me out.
Don't put me out.
All of the
Look, man, of course these shows, man, is meant to be, enlightening, man, and educate people on the things that's going on in the society, man. But all we here to do is just to bring awareness to these situations, man. We talk about it a lot, man. So please be sure you hit that subscribe button, follow us wherever you are, tell a person about us, right? Comment on the link, NDTV Network, man, or the YouTube, man. Follow us on social media, man. Please stay tuned for the next episode. And we got a special surprise coming up for you guys pretty soon. We'll update that pretty later, right? But on behalf of Thinking Outside the Box, once again, my man, tell them where they can find you.
Moolah Monster Collections, Instagram. Salute, people.
You know it. Be Scholar.
Black_scholar 00 Instagram.
You know it. Holy Grind.
At Holy Grind on Instagram or at Holy Grind 520 on Facebook.
You know it. And of course, I'm Reggie moving forward. You can find me at the NASSOCIETY. And we are
Thinking Outside the Box.
Next time, guys.
See, things have come to head, time out for scare you, scare reroute today. And follow us down Courage Lane, they cages in, break down the gates. We want all the smoke, like we chiefin' on a pound a day. But not talking intoxicating rage, not this intoxicating. Is tragic, it was comprehended. This has got to stop. I don't understand everything as a man. I'm authorized by God to make this petition. Believe it, especially when you hate and aim to kill a man.